the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, Brian Schottenheimer, here on the show. Good to see you, man. How are you?
How you doing, man? Good to see you.
You said what I was going to start this interview with, so I'll do it anyway. We go way back to a sushi dinner at the Pro Bowl in Hawaii in 2005. Back in that day, man. We
Long
go way
time
back.
ago.
Where were you at that point in time?
So, quarterback coach with the Chargers.
Right.
Drew Brees' first Pro Bowl. Back in San Diego.
Wow.
My wife Jemmy and Drew and Brittany very close. We're actually the godparents of their middle son Bowen to this day.
No
so they took us out there, and sure enough, I remember sitting there having sushi, and I think you were just getting started, and I was just a quarterback coach in San Diego.
It was the first Pro Bowl I'd ever covered for NFL Network. And Rod Woodson warned me not to give out my room number to anybody.
Really?
Because it would be used by somebody to run up their tab on my dime without me knowing.
Well, I never heard your number, but I do have a few numbers. I won't say the name, but I do remember a few numbers from that trip, and I was probably one of the people running up those bills.
Well, let me start this interview with this question then. What was it like being Drew Brees' quarterback coach? And now you see him, he's a first ballot no-brainer Hall of Famer right now.
Well, first of all, congratulations to him, Brittany, his entire family. They're just an incredible man, incredible person. They're an incredible team, Drew and Brittany.
Yep.
I'm not surprised. This guy was just unique in every step imaginable in terms of the man, the person, the work ethic, the preparation.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of him. But a quick, cute story about my time with Drew. So I was quarterback coach. This was probably 2005 maybe. And the Chargers getting ready to play the Chiefs. Short week, Saturday. And as I'm getting on the plane, my mother-in-law calls me, Rich, and says, honey, your wife's, Jemmy, she's going into labor. So I have to go to the head coach, my father, and say, hey, coach, I got to go. And he's like, yeah, absolutely. We'll get you there. And so waiting. My son didn't cooperate.
Okay.
He did not come out in time for me to make the game. So I'm literally sitting there, Rich, going, man, I feel bad for Drew. He's going to play terrible. This is not going to be good for the team. He goes out, he throws like 400 yards, 5 touchdown passes. It actually started hurting my feelings late in the game. They win like 38-34. The only positive thing that came out of it, because my ego was totally bruised, was he did take the last snap when they took the knee. He grabbed the ball, and that's the ball sits on my son's in his room to this day.
Come on.
Yeah, very, very cool.
To celebrate the day of his birth?
Yes.
Or did he come the next day?
He came during the game.
During the game.
Right as the game was starting.
Okay.
And
just as the game was starting.
NFL Films actually has it. My dad, Drew gave the ball to my dad. And my dad said, if you would, give me a moment. This is for my grandson. That whole locker room exploded. But needless to say, my ego was bruised because he played his butt off.
That's coaching and parenting.
Yes.
You got two very harsh lessons right there about parenting and coaching.
Yeah, and he actually got better as he got away from me. So, I mean, maybe I was the problem. You know?
And now he won't pay for a meal in New Orleans the rest of his life and things of that nature. How did you find being in HC for the first time? You know, obviously you've been around coaching. You know what it is. We've already established that. But being in HC for the Dallas Cowboys for the first time was
Rich, there were so many things that I think I was ready for, but there was something every day that you didn't see coming. And we certainly had, some ups and downs, some highs, some lows. I never would have thought that we would have to deal with what we dealt with losing Marshawn. That was probably one of the lessons that, as I look back on this year, I'm so proud of the brotherhood and the culture that we built, that we could withstand that.
It was remarkable.
And it was not me. It was the players. It was the strength of the players. It was the connection that we had. But, now that I've settled down a little bit, we had to do the whole defensive search and all that. It's been really good for me to go back, and we do these AARs, after action reports, where you go back and you look at almost every facet of your program, and from the offseason program to the draft to free agency to the coaching search to training camp. And there's a ton of lessons learned, man.
And what do you take into year 2 that you feel that you're better at?
Probably just, I would say, the overall organization in terms of being involved in all three phases. I think last year we hired Clayton Adams, who's a superstar, by the way, offensive coordinator, but I still felt like I had to get him up to speed on our offense and blend it, and I felt like I didn't do a great job being involved with the defense. And this year I'm going to be much more involved. I'm thrilled about our hire with Christian Parker. I think he's excellent. The staff we put together is excellent. There was a ton of we did 9 interviews in our search for coordinators. Jerry and Steven and Will McClay were involved in everything. We dove into concepts and techniques. Yes. I mean, to hear us talk about coverage concepts and Jerry asking questions about run fits and stuff like that was awesome. But I really do feel like being the play caller is something I know how to do. I've done it at a high level. Now me being the head coach and really truly being involved in all three phases is one thing I'm really looking forward to.
And what'd you learn about Dak as the HC? Obviously, you were around him before being the HC. Is there anything new that you learned about Dak?
Just that the guy's curious as anything, man. He wants to grow. He wants to get better. He did get better this year, which is crazy.
I mean, he did. I mean, you look at the metric, you could see he maybe had his best year as a professional. You could point to certain aspects of his game, but, what's more important than the head coach also play caller relationship with the quarterback? There really isn't one. That's maybe the most important relationship you can have in a football team.
Yeah, and again, I think that's one of the benefits that I was given, having been there and had the relationship with Dak. But I just think how quick we picked up each other's rhythm. Obviously I was the coordinator for the last couple of years, but didn't call the plays. Right. But there was a rhythm that we got into. We came out of the gates fast, and he did have a great year. And there's still room for improvement. I love that we were able to play it more under center and do some more of the play action stuff. I think he's great at that. But the leadership and the command of what that guy brings to our locker room is unique.
Do you have a moment where you caught yourself and go, that's my dad? I just sounded like my dad. Do you have that moment ever?
Probably when I cry in front of the team. Yeah, I'm an emotional guy. Yeah, I mean,
me too.
Yeah, I am.
You're a crier, huh?
I am a crier.
Touch of the Vermeil. Yeah, you got a touch.
Probably. Yeah, it's probably Dick Vermeil, the first guy I coached with. Actually, it's funny. I was calling the guys up after one of the games, and I started to get choked up, and Jake Ferguson goes, "Hang in there, Shotty." Like he literally called me out. I was like, "Really, bro? Like, really, you're gonna call me out? Like, I'm in my feelings?"
Right.
But my dad always taught me, Rich. He said, "Hey, go on your emotions." And I'm a very authentic person, and I don't change who I am for anybody. But it's good for these guys to see that we care enough and how much we love them and we care about their success, not just about them as players, but as people as well.
What was it like? Again, just to hit the machine before you even coach a game. In the regular season, Micah Parsons, that was out of your control, right? Like you talk about controllables, and you're in a position where you're a control freak. All head coaches are.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you handle something?
The great thing about that thing, Rich, was, again, just the communication between Jerry, Steve, and myself was nonstop. And at the end of the day, we really felt like this was something that could make us a better football team, give us the firepower to go and do the things that we've been able to do. Mike is an incredible player. Yep. I love Micah. Actually, when we lost Marshawn, he was one of the first guys that I reached out to after talking to all of our players.
Really?
Yeah, because they were so close, and Micah was in that room, and he really appreciated me reaching out to him. And Mike and I will be close forever, and I wish him nothing but the best. But you look at what we've been able to do, and getting a guy like Kenny Clark was incredible for us. And then you turn it around and you take one of those picks to go at a guy like Quinnen Williams, who I think is one of the best, if not the best, interior defensive lineman in the league. And now you got the firepower of the draft pick. So I think it's worked out great for both sides.
And in terms of communication, how much talk are you having with the Joneses about Pickens and what the plan is here?
Yeah, we talk every day. Okay. And I think, again, that's one of the things that when I took the job, we were really committed to making sure there's just constant communication. And the thing I say about GP, from the moment he got there, this guy is the best. I love this guy. I love how much fun he has playing the game. I know how much he loves football, and I expect George to be on our team for a long time to come.
Okay, we like that. We like hearing that because boy, did he ball out. And that's all you heard from Pittsburgh is that he had the physical skill set. Would he be able to put it together? How were you able to connect with him to get the most out of him?
Well, I think that was the thing. When I first met GP, he came up to my office. We made the trade, and I have a basketball hoop in my office, and I like to bring the players in there and see who the competitors are and who can shoot.
Right.
And I beat them. He'll remember it differently. I beat him. Yeah, if you're listening, GP, I beat you. But from that moment on, man, it's just like he knew that I cared about him as a person and that what he could do for us on the football field was important. But more importantly than anything, I love the guy. I care about the guy. I want what's best for him, like all of our players, and I think he felt that.
What was it like, and what's it like then being in Jerry Jones's office for an interview to be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys?
Well, it's funny.
Let me just tell you how I see it, and then you tell me how far off I am. The lights aren't completely on; they're dim. Okay, there might be a candle lit around here for to add a little bit of mystery to it, and that he's sitting behind a desk, you're sitting in front of the desk. Am I far off?
I don't want to ruin your dream, but no, that's not how it was at all.
Oh no!
Yeah, I mean, so I didn't want to crush your spirits, but that's not how it was at all.
I appreciate you being straight up honest with me. That's who you are, Brian Schottenheimer. I get it.
I am.
It's not like that at all.
No, but it was very thorough.
Okay.
It was probably the second or third time that we talked that I got off the phone, and I was like, "Damn, I think I got a real shot at getting this job." And but the conversations were great. The conversations were seamless. The direction that my beliefs and my philosophy,
yes.
He was very excited about my ability to communicate, my ability to connect with the players. It was really seamless. And I do think that was part of the benefits of him seeing me around the players and on game day and after games, not just after wins or losses, as a coordinator leading the guys and giving direction or giving advice or consoling these guys. I think that was a big part of it. But it was in the boardroom. The lights were on.
Okay.
It was a little no candles.
No candles. No voters?
Actually, if I had one complaint, was after about 6 hours, I got a little hungry. And they had salads. So I went and got
salads?
A little salad, yeah. Because when you're interviewing, you can't have food coming out of your mouth and stuff like that. So, yeah, we had salads.
What is it, a Caesar? What type of salad?
Caesar, yeah.
Look at that.
Look at you. See,
I got that right.
You're back.
I'm back. Before I let you go, what can you allow about what your thought process for your first round draft choice is going to be? Walk a Cowboy fan through.
Yeah, again, everybody wants to point the picture at defense, and certainly we've got more holes on defense than we do on offense.
Okay.
But I love the process. I love the conversations that we've already got started with Jerry and Steven going through the draft board. I love this time of year. Like, I love getting in the room with these guys and watching them talk ball, because you can see the guys that get real passionate about the X's and the O's. But even their brothers, they talk about their teammates and, hey, this is so-and-so. I think this is the best part of it. But, we're going to go through the process, man. And, again, is defense going to be the only thing that we draft? No, but we certainly have a number of positions that we want to address, and in the premier positions of defensive football.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, you met TJ, my guy TJ, right?
TJ and I are very close.
Come on out here real quick, TJ, before I let him go. I know he's got to get going. There you go.
Have you seen his picture of the flag?
I live with this man almost every day professionally. You got a quick question for the coach before I let him go?
I do, not in all 22 or anything like that, Coach. It's more about you.
Okay.
I know you got your first gig in 97, 28 years it took you to get to this point. Like, personally, how did that make you feel? What is the validation, the fact that you put in all this hard work? And I'm sure there were jobs that passed you by that you didn't get.
Are you trying to get him to cry?
Well, no, I think he's trying to take your job, because I would rather talk to you, actually, than Rich.
Well, let's talk about it.
Well, he's a bona fide Cowboy fan. I thought you'd get that.
But it is a great question.
Okay.
And I got a second part that might make you cry.
Well, I mean, we might run out of time, but that's for you guys to decide. That's for you guys to decide. But here's what I would say. I thought it had passed me by. Really? I really did. Yep. I think when we won the division in Seattle in 2020, and we set the record for most points scored in franchise history, and Pete and I kind of agreed to go our separate ways, which happens in this business. And I wasn't getting looks from other teams. I kind of thought it had passed me by. But what it proved to me and what it showed me was you're always being evaluated. 4 years ago, I was a consultant in this organization. And now I'm 1 year into my head coaching regime there. A lot of room for improvement, but be who you are all the time, every day, and you will get noticed.
That's what's up. And also, I noticed that you carry a card of your dad, Marty Schottenheimer, with you on game day. Like,
now he is trying to get me to cry.
Just like, what would that, how do you think that he's feeling? What would he say to you in this moment, man?
Oh, man. I think of him every day. I really do. I think of him every day. I carry him with me on game day. And good times and bads, I hold on to the card. But he's proud.
Yeah.
And here I go. And I see his picture up there.
Yeah.
What I remember is he was a legendary coach, but an even better father.
Yeah, he's a good man. And I'm the same way as you. I'm a crier.
Jake Ferguson's yelling at me right now from TV saying, Shotty, stop. Hold it together.
Me too, man. But, yeah, I worked in L.A. for 20 years. I always wanted to do something like this. 20 years I was always behind the scene. He took a chance on me, and he put me and gave me the shot that I had.
What's happening now, man?
I know. So when I got to learn about you when you got hired, this was part of the story, and it just resonated. So I just wanted to tell you that, man. I'm excited for you, and I'm happy. And, man, let's do this.
TJ, let me say this to you, man. People. This business and life in general is about people.
Yeah.
And the way you talk about Rich is the way I hope my players talk about me. It's how I talk about my family, and certainly how I talk about our players and coaches. So thank you.
I love it, man.
Brian Schottenheimer, good luck to you in year 2, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Sorry I brought TJ on to make you cry. I thought he was going to basically say, when are we getting to the championship game? When are we doing this?
He took it easy on me. He took it easy on me.
Well, we know championship game's coming. I'm not worried about
Yes,
that.
it is. Yes, it is.
Brian Schottenheimer, thanks for the time, man.
Thanks, man.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.